want to bring in now former LA County prosecutor Loni Coombs. Loni, tell us how devastating this could be to the prosecution, that Freddie Gray may have mentioned that he had a bad back, or is this not really something that's going to affect the prosecution?
Well, the prosecution's going to tell you that this really has no effect on the case. But the big question for the jury is going to be, how did he die? What caused this injury? Can we blame the causation on the actions of the officers? And based on these filings by the defense attorneys, we can see very clearly the way they're going to try and defend this. They're going to say, look, he was already injured before. He had this prior back injury. And perhaps there was also some element of being self-inflicted, that he somehow caused this for himself. The second part of the motion, where they're asking for the information about when he was in custody before, is based on a tip that they've received that said perhaps in a prior time of detention, he did something to hurt himself. So they're looking for that prior behavior to say, in this case, he did something to exacerbate his own prior injury, and that's what caused his death, not the officer's actions.
And the defense really wants to create doubt here. And I think we should also note that there are a number of other officers who are awaiting trial. How might the judge's decision here affect these other cases?
Exactly. Well, this officer that's going to trial right now is the driver of the van. So a lot of people say he's the most culpable. He's the one who has the most serious charges, because the prosecution is saying that the injuries happened while he was driving the van based on what he did intentionally to that van, which then caused the injuries to the victim in the case. The other officers, obviously, all of their culpability follows upon that. So if in this case the jury says, look, it was more the victim's prior injury and his own self-inflicted behavior that caused the injuries, that then works as a defense for all of the officers that follow on their trials.
Prosecutors have already, Loni, been hit with a setback here. A judge declared a mistrial in the case of Officer William Porter, the first officer to be tried. What kind of effect does that have on these other cases?
Well, it could be a really big effect based on the fact that there are reports that the prosecutors had planned to use Officer Porter to testify for the prosecution in these other trials. They were hoping that either they would get a conviction and then they would be able to flip him, turn him to be a prosecution witness for them and testify, or that there would be an acquittal and then they could force him, compel him to testify because he could no longer claim the Fifth Amendment because he had been acquitted. However, now it's all suspended. It's in limbo because it's a hung jury, so he doesn't have to testify. They won't be able to call him as a witness. So whatever evidence they were hoping to get from him, from his testimony, and apparently he has some things to say that would help the prosecution, they are not going to be able to have access to. His retrial is set for after all the other trials. Wow. So whatever testimony he was going to give that they were hoping for is now in limbo and will not be able to be used.
Yeah, that certainly does mess with their strategy. All right, Loni Coombs is going to stick around for us because in a moment we'll be talking about Bill Cosby with her and some shocking news from this week that he's facing sex assault charges. What this means for the dozens of other women who have made accusations against the comedian.